This is the Spiritual Tea Report, and we're going over what's the real reason why Jellisa killed her child, part two. If you didn't get to see all of what I went over in part one, you definitely should go back and look at part one because we did cover a great deal about um, Jellisa and her patterns with two well known serial killers, Danny Rolling and Mary Bell. And in part one, I went over Mary Bell and how she was a early age, she was killing other little kids, and she so happened to kill two little boys who were toddlers, and I believe she was only like 11 years old when she first killed someone. And we also discovered some things about how Jellisa, Danny Rowland, and Mary Bell all have the same birthday, which is May the 26th. And they also have very similar soul contract numbers that I do in numerology, which shows me that they match up like twin consciousness. And the one person that Jellisa has the same numbers, her soul contract numbers match up with, is Danny Rolling, who was a serial killer. And we're going to get into him as well. I just want to kind of like update you on everything. Moving on to Danny Rolling, I got his information off the same site that I got Mary Bell's. And this is a pretty good article about Danny Rolling. The true story of Danny Rolling, the Gainesville Ripper who inspired Scream. Over the course of 4 days, serial killer Danny Rolling terrorized the college students of Gainesville, Florida, in a murderous rampage. They're going to how Danny lived a very unhappy life, and he was a tortured soul since birth. So he went through abuse, and Roland, aka the Gainesville Ripper, passed on horrifying abuse to all his victims that endured his ways. And over a course of 4 days in 1990, Roland went on a rampage where he murdered 5 University of Florida students in a spree that terrified the nation. He has the same birthday as Jellisa. Just let's keep that in mind. And Scream, the movie Scream, is based off of what he did to those students. And we know how gruesome Scream was. And he, from what I'm hearing, was doing all types of stuff. I believe he stabbed them. So yeah, this is something to think about when we're thinking about Jellisa. So I just wanted to go over the patterns that I've seen. Jellisa, Mary, and Danny all have the same birthday. Their soul contract numbers are not all the same, but Danny and Jellisa share the same soul contract numbers, which is 581. And then they also were in Florida. I believe she's more like near the Miami area, but they both are in the Florida area, and that's what I seen like match up with them. But then we have Mary matching up with her with strangling um strangling toddlers. So I'm going to play this clip of the 911 call that Jellisa makes about her daughter.
Just killed my daughter.
I'm from the North Main Beach Police Department on a recorded line. Did you call for the police?
Yes.
Okay. What is your name?
Jellisa?
Ulissa?
Jellisa Baxter.
Jellisa, hi. Can you tell me what's happening there?
Yes, I just killed my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
3.
Is there anyone else in the house?
God.
And how did you kill your daughter?
I tried strangling her. That didn't work, so I stabbed her with a knife. in the neck and chest.
And what area of the house is she in?
She's on the floor in the living room.
Do you still have the knife?
I do.
Is it in your hand?
I have a book, and it's basically a birthday book that tells you about the personality and astrology and much more of a person that the day they're born on. And I just wanted to read a few lines from the book about May 26th people. Yet in living their lives, they may be capable of unusual and even outrageous behavior that contradicts their stated beliefs. Their impulsive nature can involve them in violence, either in committing it or being its victim. In the respect that they live on the fringe, even flirting occasionally with what they may be viewed as borderline criminal activities by some. However, this may only enhance their popular appeal. They can even play the role of the outlaw protectors. This fierce need to express their individuality may have deep underlying psychosocial roots in an overly structured childhood. Being happy in a permanent sense is not really possible for them, since strife and conflict figure so prominently in their outlook. And then also it says, no matter how extroverted they seem, May 26 people have a very private and quiet center to their personalities. They're not only capable of hiding their true feelings, but periodically withdraw from life. Also, I was reading in this book that May 26 people have underlying nervous energy because of their ruler planet is Mercury. So that's over Gemini people. And also, I was seeing that they can be warm hearted, and they have Saturnian uh, influences of the number 8, but it also makes them have this cold exterior. So you heard in the call to 911 that Jellisa sounded very cold. She sounded very calm, very monotone. It wasn't any excitement. There was nothing in her voice that was alarming or scared. It was just cold. So we go back to the question of why was she so cold? Because I just want y'all to briefly pause this and read what she's saying about her baby and just how the experience of going into labor and having her baby seemed like a very painful experience, where she even said that that's the reason why she lives, is for this baby. Jellisa took her daughter's life 2 days after Christmas, December the 27th of 2022. But I was seeing that there was a lot going on during the year of 2022. And we're going to go into some more pictures after this one to just look at her face. I do face readings, and I'm going to go through her face to show you the dysfunction that was going on. So let's get into this face reading and just look at these two different dates. We have May 2019, and then we have December 2019. And May, you see the eyes are a lot more calmer, but you do see a slight difference with the eyes. I do see that she is very passionate. She can cry, but she's not a dummy. She will think things out. But the eyes are very important because other things on her face really don't change too much, but the eyes are showing a difference. And you can see the difference between May 2019 and December 2019, because she's making the same face, but you see the eyes are starting to shape into having differences with them. So this is wrapping up part 2. Coming soon, the spiritual tea report. How did Jellisa become a murderer? Part 3 is wrapping up everything, where I'm going to go into more of the face reading, and then I'll go into her soul contract for 2022, and then her daughter's death contract. So stay tuned.